U.S. troops on the ground in L.A. immigration enforcement operation. In a dramatic and controversial show of force, heavily armed federal agents and National Guard troops stormed MacArthur Park in Los Angeles this week, sparking outrage across California. What was labeled an immigration operation quickly drew criticism from local and state leaders who questioned both its intent and impact. With military vehicles rumbling through a public park and children's programs disrupted, the raid has ignited a heated debate over federal immigration tactics and the use of military power in civilian spaces. If you are interested in this topic, please pay attention and watch the video through to the end to get all the information. Please hit like and subscribe, and don't forget to push the notification bell for an upcoming video. So, without any further delay, let's jump into the video. Heavily armed federal border agents and U.S. troops descended upon MacArthur Park in Los Angeles on Monday afternoon as part of an immigration raid that appeared to turn up mostly empty. The operation, which included 90 armed troops and 17 military Humvees, displaced a summer day camp, according to Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass, who said the only point of the operations appeared to be a political agenda of provoking fear and terror. To me, this is another example of the administration ratcheting up chaos by deploying what looked like a military operation in an American city, Bass said. According to a post on X by the Defense Department, U.S. military personnel were on the ground to ensure the safety of federal agents. We will protect federal law enforcement and assist by establishing a security perimeter, DOD wrote. California Governor Gavin Newsom, speaking at a news conference to discuss recovery from the wildfires that devastated the city earlier this year, called the Operation Theater. What a disgrace. What's happening in MacArthur Park? What theater? On the 6-month anniversary, after all, of these fires, that's a message from the polluted heart of the President of the United States, the polluted heart of White House Deputy Chief of Staff, Stephen Miller. Newsom said, "It was not immediately clear who or what was targeted." Bass posted a video of agents, some on horseback, moving in what she called a skirmish line across the mostly empty park. The mayor said she didn't believe anyone was detained. But then again, I don't think the goal is to detain. I think the goal is to spread fear. I think that's what it is. It's to terrorize Angelenos. It's to say to immigrants that are in our city of immigrants that they need to stay home. They shouldn't go to work. They shouldn't go to school because we're coming after you. Hours after the raid, federal authorities wouldn't say why they were at the park or what they were looking for, or if any arrests were made. Defense officials had said the troops were deployed to set up a security perimeter to protect federal law enforcement officials against potentially hostile crowds. All of the troops involved in the operation were activated members of the California National Guard. The operation included some 17 Humvees, 4 military cargo trucks, and 2 military ambulances, officials said. The armed troops were told in advance of the raid that they could defend themselves and federal employees if needed. If a person was a threat, the troops could detain the individual briefly before handing them off to law enforcement, officials said. Earlier this summer, Trump deployed some 4,700 troops to California under a law known as Title X, which allows the use of military forces to protect federal personnel and federal property. As federal authorities remain tight-lipped about the objectives or outcomes of the MacArthur Park operation, the public is left with more questions than answers. Was it truly about immigration enforcement or a chilling political message? With no confirmed arrests and growing backlash from city and state officials, the raid has intensified concerns about fear-driven policies targeting immigrant communities. As tensions rise, many are now calling for transparency, accountability, and a recommitment to humane immigration practices in America's cities. That is all for today in this video. What are your thoughts on this? Please let us know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching the entire video. Hopefully, the information is useful to you. See you later in the next video. Till then, take care.
US troops on the ground in LA immigration enforcement operation. On Monday, a heavily militarized immigration raid took place in a MacArthur Park, Los Angeles, involving 90 armed federal agents, California National Guard troops, and 17 Humvees. The operation, which displaced a children's summer camp, prompted outrage from local leaders who labeled it political theater and initiating fear. Mayor Karen Bass and Governor Gavin Newsom criticized the show of force, calling it a terror to uh, terrorize immigrants in the city. Bass noted that the raid resulted in no apparent arrests and appeared to lack a clear target. Defense officials said the troops' role was to secure a perimeter and protect federal agents from possible hostility. The Defense Department confirmed that the military presence was there to support law enforcement. The raid follows an earlier deployment of 4,700 troops to California under Title 10, allowing military support for federal protection. Critics argued the operation was driven more by political motives than security concern, casting it as intimidations rather than immigration enforcement.